to welcome you guys in and tell you guys just have fun, ask all the questions that you can. I am Nikisha, if you guys don't know, and I'm about to bring up Miss Keva. Gotta get her up on her. Gotta bring Miss Keva up in here. I fed the kids, so the kids shouldn't be, talking as much. What's good, Keva? Hey, beautiful. Y'all doing around some sauce. Miss Keva. Come get it. How are you, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you? So good. I miss your face.
Good.
I miss seeing you.
I know.
We've been through so much. So much.
I know.
Let me light me.
And we are still here.
We still
here. That's right.
Mommy's working. So if I have to I'll mute because I learned how to mute stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So
right.
you'll see me turn back away or whatever.
Okay.
To talk to the kiddo, but
I get it.
I'm gonna ask you questions the whole time.
Yes.
For y'all who are coming in, I got a toddler. Him 3.
Not him 3.
Him 3. And he's all 3, especially when he doesn't have his attention. So we're working on that.
Yes.
We're working on that.
In progress. Absolutely.
But let's get started first. We need a moment of silence. We need a moment of silence for Miss Sonia Macy.
Absolutely.
Sonia Massey. Massey.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Because that. No, what I say? Yeah, I know you want people to see that you're here. You can say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
I love you too. You're welcome. So let's have a little moment of silence for Miss Macy, because that whole video, I actually watched the video, and it broke my heart.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have a little quick moment of silence. And that's in remembrance, our honor and our remembrance to Miss Massey, because that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I have so many words, but we gon'
Right.
We still we're still processing.
That's right.
Welcome to you guys who are coming in. Because it's a double-edged sword right now. Because and I posted it in our group. We are a part of Healing in Black. I have to say that first. Welcome to all of those people who are coming in. We're a part of a group. It's called Healing in Black, something that I created in order for us as healers to have a safe space to practice our craft or our practitionership or whatever it is that we do as healers. And in the space, I asked the question, especially to our elders, how do you deal with a situation that happened to Miss Massey as an elder? People who have come before us, who've seen this before. For me, I personally have felt like it's a change in the atmosphere. It's the same thing that happened with George Floyd. It's the same thing that happened with so many people before her. And it's like right before the change is happening, someone has to be in an unalive state in order for something to propel forward. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. So I'm not going to get into that at this moment because it's still very fresh. Absolutely. Very, very fresh. But in the same, when we deal with that at the same time, we have President-elect, the candidate for the presidency,
Right.
Kamala Harris. You know, and that's like, it's been oh, you want to take this from us? Okay, well, this is what's going to happen. And it's been really, really cool to see how nature, God, universe, spirit, creator, flips it on its head when you think that we're about to be toppled. Things flip around. Now, with that being said,
yes, ma'am.
Miss Keva.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Keva, I almost forgot. And I was like, it was in my head too. I was like, Miss Keva, she part of that D9 though. She part of that D9 though.
I am. I am.
And this here, that presidential elect, this here, she your soror.
She is.
And how proud? How proud, my dear, do you feel having one of your own in that seat?
It's pretty awesome. She's done the work, and she has, I think, represented not only the organization, but Black people, people of color in an amazing way. So I am proud to put my support behind her because I think that she will continue to do amazing things to help our nation. So I was happy. You know, I have had conversations with some of my clients who are very aware of the political sphere. I am not that dialed in, but I do keep myself abreast of the major happenings. And they were very happy that Uncle Joe decided to bow out and that he did give his support of Kamala. So, yeah, I'm excited about it, actually.
That's what I'm saying. There's a whole
I'm pretty excited about it. So, yeah.
The whole thing on the inside, deep down on the inside.
Yes.
Because I'm me for me, y'all. I'm me for me.
Yeah.
Okay. But she represents a whole class of people that have been like under the bellies.
Oh, waiting. Absolutely.
Waiting.
Absolutely.
Well, no politics, no more politics on that. We just skimming through that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Welcome to those who are coming in. I am so thankful that you guys are here. Again, my name is Nikisha, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Black Cherokee One Tribe. And we are representing the Black healers inside of the group that I created, Healing in Black. And the Black healers that are here, one of our experts that's here is Miss Keva Mack. And if you've seen the videos, you already know that me and Keva go back since last year.
Oh, I know.
I think it was the Black Girl Follow Train, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. It really was. Oh, wow. That was an awesome experience, too.
It was
an amazing experience.
It was. And it's kind of like you can, again, like I said, it's like you can feel the underbellies and the currents of things changing.
Absolutely.
And that Black Girl Follow Train was definitely one of those things that promoted change. Like, no, this has to stop. No, we here. So it's cool to see how that started, and now we have this. It's just
absolutely.
Anyway, for those who are coming in or welcome in, if you have any questions for Keva or myself, please put them in the comments. We would love to answer them to the best of our abilities. Keva is that too loud?
No, I'm good.
No, is he too loud?
Good. No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because she is a licensed, board certified, licensed holistic healer and a health and wellness coach. In addition to, she does Reiki. I said Reiki, but Reiki.
That's all right.
She's a yoga instructor. She's out there in Texas, Tejas, And for
Right.
me, I am a certified theta healer practitioner, and I am also, our business is aromatherapy. So again, if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. We will be glad to assist you. If you have any personal questions, I have a series of questions to ask Keva. We are doing this for our promo for Healing in Black, our Facebook group that has healers that look like us. And I've invited a few men to join us too, so it can be a full community experience.
Absolutely.
Because it's definitely needed. And many of you guys are probably coming in from the video. I am a part of the West Side, and on the West Side, Black people are not really viewed in the health and wellness sector, even though we are here, but we are not the face of the health and wellness sector. And so I wanted to build a community where people can find us and get the healing that they need, be it spiritually, be it physically, throughout the entire body holistically. So, Miss Keva.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's get the chance to know about you.
Okay.
Can you share a bit about your journey to becoming a board certified holistic healer and healer and wellness coach?
Absolutely. Well, my family, my grandmother was always giving us things to natural ways of healing, natural ways of caring for ourselves. They didn't take you to the doctor a lot. My mother worked, she was a teacher. My dad was a coach and a teacher, and they would be at school after school. And so we spent a lot of time at my grandmother's house, and she would give us herbs. I used to call it weed juice. You know, she would give us teas and stuff like that. And so we went to the doctor, but we didn't go to the doctor a lot because we stayed with our grandmother so much, and she would give us these herbs and things, and she would cook
potions,
meals for us. Huh?
I said potions.
Yeah. She would give us these teas, and she would rub us with these salves, and we would be all smelly and kind of frustrated, but we were always well. And so when I got older, I continued to study in a deeper way, herbalism and Reiki, or hands-on healing, meditation, yoga. And the thing that moved me back into that, because I did leave that way of living, not so much wanting to do the teas and stuff. You know how you kind of lose, you want to study something else after you've been raised a certain way, you want to study something else. And so I focused just on my general health, by just going to the doctor when I needed to and that kind of thing. But it was, I went to college and I majored in elementary education, and I taught for 3 years. And I discovered pretty soon that that was not the career for me. Even though my family is full of educators, that just was not the career for me. And I really just graduated in that career, in that discipline, because I was ready to get out of school. I was studying a lot of different things, trying to find myself. And I was imagining that I was costing my parents a bundle. And I just said, okay, I just need to get out of school and study something and get a job. And so I decided to go into education. I learned that it was not for me. I love the kids, but it was the bureaucracy, the long hours, the low pay. It was those things that made me decide I just didn't want to do this anymore. And so when I remember a phone call that I had, I was so sad and so depressed. And I picked up the phone and I called my father, and I called him, and he didn't even hear my voice. I picked up the phone and started crying. And my dad said, Keva, he knew exactly who it was. And I told him, I said, I can't do this anymore. I've tried. And he told me to quit. He said, just quit. And so I did. I quit. And after I quit, I started studying yoga profusely, just every day. But before that, I didn't know what I was going to do. And my husband was still working in the school district. And he said, well, don't worry about it. We're going to get through it. And so I would stay at home all day and study yoga and practice yoga. And then finally, I said, well, I'm a teacher. I can teach. And so I started teaching yoga at a local athletic club in Greenville, Texas. In October 1999, I'm teaching yoga, and I was the only Black person in the yoga class, and I was teaching it. And there were quite a few teachers in the class, and they found out that I had previously been teaching in their school district, and they were like, well, you're an educator. This is perfect for you. And so I just kept teaching it. And then I started teaching other people to teach yoga. And I have been through a teacher education program for yoga. I am a Yoga Alliance member, but that's how it started. I got so depressed and so sad, and I had to do something with my time. And my husband has studied martial arts, and he said, well, why don't you study yoga? And so that's what I did. But I got really depressed, and I say I was suicidal, honestly, because I thought, you are such a failure. You went into this career and you couldn't do it. And my mother at the time was complaining and telling me, oh, you need to get a job. You need to get a job. And my husband's just telling me, nope, don't worry about it. We'll be fine. And we were. And so I credit yoga to saving my life, because I really think that I was suicidal. My husband actually used to sleep by the bed because he did not want me to harm myself. And he would sit by the bed to make sure that I didn't do anything harmful. He has been amazing. We've been married almost 30 years. But anyway, that's a condensed version of how I got here. But yoga, to me, has saved my life. It saved my life because of the eating practices that are found in the yogic tradition, which is a plant-based diet, the meditation, the movement, the chakra healing or the energy work. It is a whole system. And I know that most people see yoga as just exercise and a little breathing and a little meditation, but that is not the way I approach it. I approach it in my lifestyle as a plant-based diet, meditation, energy healing, energy therapy, and the philosophy, the spiritual philosophy. And it is not a religion. It really isn't. But that is how I came out of that deep depression, and I just that was my entry into wellness as a professional. So
I couldn't get the mute button. Thank you. Okay, so
yes,
look
ma'am.
here.
Yes.
Look here. The
Yes.
way that you were feeling.
Yeah. Because I know you had some experience there too. Yeah. In education. Mm-hmm.
And like everybody in my family, because, okay, for those who don't know, I used to be a teacher, elementary teacher. And everything you just said is the very reason why I couldn't, no, I just couldn't. Not at all. And to find something that, you're passionate about and you love, and still be able to do the same things in just a different way.
Yeah.
Being able to morph in and to trade and to do it in a different form. Because teaching people is an experience, and not everybody can teach.
No.
So that is an awesome. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yes,
I appreciate that. You're not done, because we got more questions. I gotta make this.
Yes.
For those who coming in, welcome in. I'm Keisha, CEO, co-founder of Black Cherokee One Tribe, and this is just a little snippet of an introduction to what we have going on in our Facebook group, Healing in Black. And Keva is explaining and sharing so wonderfully how she got started as a holistic healer, board certified, not just a regular degular. Not a regular degular. Not a regular I'm almost a regular degular, but I'm not certified too. But I'm not bored
No.
certified. That's a whole different. It's a whole nother level. So, if y'all have any questions for Miss Keva or myself, please put them in the comments. If you are liking, because I got to make sure we're staying engaged with y'all out here in the comments.
Absolutely.
If you guys are liking what you are hearing, put some pink and green hearts for Miss Kiva.
Look at
I did
you.
that. I did that. You
I wasn't ready. I'm loving
put
it.
some pink and green hearts in the comments. Hey, again, me find me, but I know all about D9.
Yes. I love it.
All right, next question.
Yes.
Well, one, I can honestly, like I said, I can totally relate with the fact that, you being the only black person in the room, and that can be challenging in its own regard, because a lot of the things that you are learning, based on what you said, when it comes down to the generational upbringing, like most of us in the black community who are from that Gen X, Xennial on back. I mean, no offense to millennials and alpha, because you guys are still involved, but the grandmas of the boomers, those grandmas of the boomers, y'all got to be nice now. The grandmas of the boomers gave us the things that we needed in order to survive, and it really is our responsibilities as the Gen X, Xennials, and beyond to share that information with the millennials and the alphas and the generations after. We are the new sharers of that information. And
absolutely,
that's the other reason why I did create Healing in Black, to ensure that those principles and those knowledge and those things that we've gone through and the things that we learned can be shared to the next generation long after we're gone.
Absolutely.
Because that's what our family did with us.
That's right.
Period. So we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors. 1,000%.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. I totally agree.
1,000%. Welcome in to all of those who are coming in. If you have been here, I see a few people that's been here since the beginning. Thank you so much. If you are liking this information, put some hearts. And put some pink and green hearts. We all about pink and green today because of Miss Keva. And in honor of Miss Harris.
Absolutely.
President-elect or president nominee. You say I keep saying president-elect now.
Well, you know what? That's what we want. That's what we want. That's right.
Now, with the generational influence, and I know this is something that you can definitely answer, because I know we feel the same when it comes down to this next question.
Yes.
How was your upbringing in the Black church influenced how has your upbringing in the Black church influenced your approach to holistic healing now?
Absolutely. Well, my upbringing in the Black church gave me a very grounded and deep love for Black folks. Just pure and simple. Right. I love Black people. I appreciate the culture. I appreciate the struggle. I appreciate how we pass lineage information down to our like you're doing with Healing in Black, passing information down to our future generations. I love everything about being Black. I just love being Black, and I know that was founded in the Black church. I love the church service, the energy that is expressed in the church services. I love how we honor our elders in the Black church, and all of those lessons that I learned in church are lessons and practices that I still do today. I understand the importance of faith. believing in something that is bigger, greater than you are. I understand and appreciate being able to connect with God, connect with spirit in order to elevate my thinking and my physical wellness. And I understand that spirituality is a very important part of being well. So I would say that more than anything, those are the things that I gathered from being in the Black church. But I think just the love and appreciation for Black folks is what I gained in being a part of the Black church growing up. Mute button. You all right, girl?
No, I was trying to. I think I'm gonna need a moderator in a minute. Like,
oh, okay.
Hey, because I'm trying to do everything at the same time. I'm like trying to tell everybody thank you, welcome in.
Yes.
You know, and I'm, say hi to people,
Mm-hmm.
and listen all at the same time.
Yeah. No worries.
Now, I would totally agree with you when it comes down to being in the Black church and how it has influenced us. It does give you that foundation of community. Like, you can connect with people that are in the church. You can connect with people that have the same heart as you or the same feeling as you. And when it comes to your spirituality, in some ways, in some regards, people in church can fully understand exactly where you're coming from because the energy is the same. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. And yes, we love being Black. That's just what it is.
Oh, honey. I wouldn't be anything else. I don't know how to be anything else.
No matter how much they come against you, you still, this skin right here, when I walk in the room, you already know. Before you even say my name, you already know.
Right.
It's coming with generations behind me.
Absolutely.
Now, with that being said, just because we are pro-Black, we don't mean that we don't like everybody else. Now, we can still be proud of who we are in our own body and be thankful for what God has given us. And still be inclusive with other people. Be like, hey, we love you too.
Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely.
Now, what inspired you to pursue Reiki and how has it impacted your life?
The thing that helped me to decide to actually go through Reiki training, honestly, was one of my colleagues. She is a Reiki master, and she is the founder of an organization called Soul Sojourner. Because I was doing well with just doing massage therapy, and I had an interest in Reiki, but I was like, I'm doing good with massage. Why do I need to add that? And she just, and I don't even know if she knows this, that I'm telling y'all this, but she just had a conversation with me and she said, it would be really good for you to add Reiki to your practice. And I was like, I don't know about this, but I think other than that conversation, the fact that I grew up in the Black Baptist Church in a little town called Karnak, Texas. And we studied how Jesus, the Christ, healed people with his hands. And so I think that was the most, that's the thing that made me consider it even more. And I was kind of on the fence about it, honestly, because I don't know if you know, but I'm a pretty analytical person. And I can't explain how Reiki works. And so when I'm trying to talk to a person about Reiki energy therapy, I can't completely explain to them how this works. And so I'm thinking, how am I going to sell this service? Because I can't explain how it works. But this sister was like, well, that would make your practice so complete. I mean, she's just having like a plain conversation, and she doesn't realize how this is turning making me think about my next move when training is concerned. And so just that little small still voice that she placed in my subconscious, plus the fact that I believe as people of faith, when we are encountered with being like, we were taught to be Christ-like, And so I was thinking, well, Christ healed with his hands. Why can't I do it? Or why shouldn't I do it? And so when she just gave me that little nudge, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. And so those are the two things that helped me to decide to go ahead and get the Reiki training. One was the belief that if Jesus the Christ healed with his hands, and we're supposed to do the things that Christ did and more, then why shouldn't I be healing with my hands? And the other part was a sister from my spiritual community came to me and said, you know what? It's time for you. I think you should study Reiki. And then I was like, you know what? I think you're right. I think I should study Reiki. So it's so good to have a community. And that's something else that I'm excited about Healing in Black, is because it's creating a community a place where people of African American descent or African descent can come and have conversations like this one. Because healing is not just about the physical. It's something very spiritual about it. And we don't always have these kinds of forums where we can have conversations and we're not met with belittling, or we're not met with looks, or not looks because you can't do it through the internet, but negativity. That's it.
The judgment.
And so Healing in Black provides that environment. And those are the two things. So it was the learning about the teachings of Jesus the Christ, and someone from my spiritual community encouraging me, pushing me to pursue my next healing modality. That's what made me do it.
And see, I'm so glad that you said that, because that is the purpose of Healing in Black. And for many people, especially in our upbringing, I love the church. I love them. I love the church. But I also have learned that there's a lot of lacking when it comes down to spiritual practices and spiritual healing and healing in general. Because we've always been taught, for me especially, because I've been in churches all over the world, all over the country, and each one of them is like Jesus is this person that is away from you, and he's not that person that is within you. He's not, it's not God within you. It's Jesus is here, and then I'm here, and then God is somewhere in between, because he's the Alpha and Omega. But God lives within us. And the thing that got me the most was I was watching this person on here on TikTok. Yeah. And she's Indian, and so she was talking about how the yoga practices, the things that Christ did, those are teachings that are given and shown to like some type of degree of yoga. Like it's an actual teaching. And so when she said that, I was like, why aren't we aware of these things, and why is it deemed as witchcraft? I'm gonna say it's my page, I don't care. Why is it deemed as witchcraft? Why is it deemed as a spiritual no-no when it comes down to learning the practices of other people from other cultures? Because Christ did the same thing. Absolutely. And I think in the black community, and this is one reason why I wanted to start Healing in Black, is because in the black community we have, and I was saying this to Moon last week, we have this barrier that blocks us from doing the things that we were naturally created to do. Absolutely. And I get it. I get it as far as it when it comes down to I get it, Nova. What'd I say?
I'm playing.
I get it, but you're loud. You're loud.
Your word.
But you're loud. You loud. Sorry, had to be a mama.
Yeah.
Mama first. But when it comes down, but when it comes down to our healing and learning these things, when it comes down to the practices of what we should know, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Say it, girl. Say it. Come on now.
The thing that bothers me when I saw the video of Miss Massey, the thing that bothered me the most is because she knew that something was coming. Spiritually speaking, she knew something was coming. Something was coming. This is really testing my spirit, so I have to calm down. She knew that something was coming. She felt it in her spirit. She knew something was coming. And when she called the police, the most tragic thing happened to her when she was trying to get help.
Right.
But that spirit could have been that warning. I'm gonna go there. That spirit could have been that warning for her to do something else, but because she did not recognize that spirit, she didn't know what that spirit was.
Right.
That spirit entered her home, and that just might be my own thought, but that spirit entered her home, and that spirit she is no longer with us because of that spirit. Could that spirit have entered into that policeman? Was that spirit that police officer? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but that's the thing. That's the stuff that that concerns me, because she's rebuking that spirit before she becomes unalive. She's rebuking the spirit. But she welcomed that spirit into her home and she didn't know it.
Right.
And because I'm trying to gather my words.
Okay, let me offer some assistance. Okay. I think that one of the greatest things that I learned when I started to practice yoga was the heightened energetic feeling. I could feel energy. I think it's something that we don't teach, that is not taught in the Black Christian church. And many of us have had to learn energy awareness, energy therapy, energy healing from other places. And when we feel energy, we know how to address it. And I think because our churches or our elders are not, or have not in the past, taught us about energy, we don't know how to address it when it comes into at all. We don't know how to address it at all. And those are things that our ancestors from other places taught. But then when they start to do, in other traditions, other people of color, when they start to do this, the smudging and the energy therapy to sanctify or cleanse the space, then the first thing they want to do is call it voodoo, which voodoo and voodoo, the religion is voodoo, and it's a religion. It's not that witchcraft is necessarily bad, but it's just all clumped into one category. And I think that energy therapy, energy healing is so important, that, like you said, if she had been, and I'm not saying this about her specific situation, but if we teach our children to do even energy clearing in their minds, how to do energy clearing, energy healing, I think that it will help them not only to connect to spirit, to connect to God, but it'll help them to not only be able to heal themselves, but heal the atmosphere. I know when one of the sisters brought up the Sonia Massey tragedy in the Healing in Black group, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't. And when I saw it, I researched it. I didn't know anything about it. And when I researched it, I was just in shock. And honestly, Keisha, I had not thought about the energetic situation. I had not thought about it energetically until you just mentioned it. I think that it is so important for us to learn to use energetic means to cleanse our house. Do I mean everybody needs to run out and buy smudge or incense? No. I never teach people to do anything against their religion or against their spiritual tradition. If I am working with a client who feels uneasy and they are Christian, I tell them to pray around your house, walk around, not just inside your house, but outside your house. Those are things that will not jeopardize their connection with their religion and their version of God. And I can tell you, most people aren't doing that. They're not blessing their homes. They're not blessing their homes. So I'm not going to tell you to do anything against your religion, but you need to be blessing your homes. You need to be praying for your children. You need to be praying from the inside of your car to cleanse your car. I'm going to just tell you straight up. In my practice, if you can't have come into my practice, my office, I done prayed all through my office. And I do it for several reasons, because I want to be in the right mind space when you walk through that door. I want to be able to address you mentally, physically, and spiritually when you come into my presence. Also, because I am a Black woman with a practice of massage therapy that's involving massage therapy, I ain't trying to get no people in there that don't need to be in there. If they're coming to do me harm, if they're coming to commit crimes in my office, I don't want you here. I really don't. And so I'm spraying things. I'm lighting incense. I'm praying to keep you out. I don't want you there. I don't even want you there. So I really think that in addition to just praying, simple gestures, you can call them rituals, you can call them ceremonies, you can call them gestures, you can call them prayers, but you need to be managing your energy. And I am so glad that when you saw that video, you saw the energetic aspects of that situation, because we need to be doing that. We need to be doing energetic hygiene in our homes, in our workplaces, in our cars, over our children, over our spouses, over our food. Don't just pray over your food. Do an energy treatment on your food, because you don't know the mindset of the people who are preparing your food and what energy they may be putting in your food. You don't know how, if you're a meat eater, I am not, but if you are eating meat, you don't know if that chicken or that cow was in a bad mood or scared or anything before it died, and it can put its energy into your food and you're just eating it up. So yeah, that's my soapbox about that energy thing.
Oh, no, because I was on it. Because I just thank you. You took it and you put it in the place where I needed it to be.
Well,
because
very
it's
good.
The truth.
Yes, ma'am.
For me, it's always been, my mom would always, before we moved into any place, my mom would pull out the bless oil.
Yes.
Put that cross on that door.
Yep.
And walk around the house and pray for
That's
it.
That's it.
Heal the land. You ask for the land to be healed.
That's it.
I remember it was so funny. Now this is way off topic, but we're gonna talk about it anyway since we're talking about generational stuff, because that's how we do.
Yes.
So I remember when I was at the church, and I remember one day I was just sitting there, and I was like, I really want my family's generational curses to be broken. And I was living in Texas, and I remember this because I took my mom. Me and my mom. My mom was my rock. My mama was my, okay, baby, we go. What you think? Whatever you think we need to do, and then that's what we're gonna do. Now I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me make sure I say hi to everybody. Welcome to you guys coming in. Thank you for the comments. If you are like the conversation, please put pink and green hearts in the comments if you're enjoying this conversation. Your comments are helping us to get out to the FYP, so your interaction is awesome. If you hear something that you enjoy, hear something that you like, put a pink and green heart in the comments, because Miss Keva Mack is part of the P9. She is an AKA, and I love it. So when I was in Texas, I called my mama and I was like, Ma, I got this thing that I think we should do, and we need to do it together. And she said, what? I said, Mama, we have a lot of broken stuff in our bloodline. We need to go pray. And so she was like, okay. And so I flew home, not just for that, but I usually went home twice a year. And I flew home and I said, Ma, give me your hand, and we're gonna go pray over the land and the home of Grandma and Grandpa Hayes. That's my last name. So me and my mom, we walked around the house. The house was sold to someone else, but my grandparents stayed in that house for so long, their energy still lingered there.
Right.
And because their energy still lingered there, thank you guys so much for the hearts and the love. Their energy still lingered there, and because their energy still lingered there, me and my mom blessed that house. We walked around the house, and we asked God to heal our land.
Yes.
To break the curses that were surrounding in our family, to break those things that were hurting us, to break those things that are keeping our family entrapped. We prayed over that land. Then we went over to my grandma's house, her mama's house. We prayed the same thing. We walked around the land. We were like, Lord, break these curses, clean the blood. Because there's power in the things that you speak. Now, this is me. I'm about to get on my soapbox real quick. And if you're feeling what I'm saying, go ahead and put them hearts in. But there's power in the words that you speak. And this is me coming from a theta healer practitioner. I know these things because this is what I practice. This is my certification. There are power in the things that you think, and the way that you speak, and the way that you heal things. That's the key to healing your body. And you cannot heal your body until you get to the root of the problem. And a lot of times the root of that problem comes from your home, and not the home that you live in right now, unless it's been gifted to you in the past. But the home that you grew up in, your parents grew up in, the land that they own and or used to own. Because with many people, black, white, doesn't matter. Because 20% of white people are black, period. And if you're coming from the United States, it just is. You still black, 20% of you, right? So that means your ancestors, how you got here, was not beautiful. 9 times out of 10. And you have to ask for healing for that part. And that's the thing that I believe that needs to happen here in the United States as well. That I will say it to the walls fall down. I absolutely love how black women have charged other communities to get together within your own communities to raise money, to make a change, to talk about these things that you are looking forward to when it comes down to this election. And I'm gonna bring up the election because it's still hot, you know. But it does the charge for communities to be built again is important. And to see that these different groups, each ethnic group, couldn't get the word out, but each ethnic group is charged to do their part. Each creed is charged to do their part. Everybody's charged to do your part. And the only people that can talk to you a lot of times are the people that look like you. The only people that can really talk to you are the people that can relate to you. And the best way that they can relate to you in a lot of ways is because they have the same background as you in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't always have to be color. It don't always have to be color.
That's right. That's right. Very
So
true.
we got some people who blesses their home office, blesses spaces. Yes, you have to. And as a teacher, I remember when I was a teacher, because I know Crystal said the same thing. As a teacher, I remember I used to put my little bless oil underneath all of the kids' desks.
You better. Put it right on now.
Y'all ain't gonna get me today. I would pray over each one of them little desks.
Right, that's right.
Because I had little special people in my classroom. My class, my teachers, my principals, they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a great teacher. You're amazing. We're gonna give you all the hard students." I'm like, "No, don't do that to me, please, please, please." And I prayed, and that's how. And then to set the atmosphere.
Yes.
I use the aromatherapy products.
Yes.
I use essential oils.
I've done that.
To calm them little jokers down.
Right. Yes.
Energize them to get them ready for their mental stimulation. And then calm them jokers down. When they came down from recess.
Absolutely.
That there is what I did. Thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. The gifts make our world, our lives go round. They go a little bit faster. We can share with one another and build from this. So I appreciate you guys. But
It's energy management, energy hygiene is so important. And I just wanted to bring notice to Dior. She is she's the one that says that she does blessings for the homes. She is the one that encouraged me to do the Reiki training. That I don't even know. I don't even know if she knows, because I was not planning to do Reiki training, and she just had just a very gentle conversation with me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I really think you should add Reiki to your practice." And I was like, "Reiki? I can't sell Reiki." And I'm so glad she had that conversation with me, because I have seen some of the most incredible healing experiences with Reiki. And I know that you have your questions, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in and tell this story.
Girl, tell the story, because I might not get through those questions. They're just like, icebreakers. Tell the stories.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a client to come into my office for Reiki. And she said she had Reiki maybe once or twice before. And so as a part of my Reiki sessions, I include the opportunity for clients to do a spiritual reading or spiritual meditation with me. Or they can do spiritual companionship, which is a form of spiritual direction, where you listen to the person. It's really compassionate and spiritual listening, where you're doing more listening than talking. So she chose to do spiritual companionship. And so she started to talk and tell me her story. So she had been married almost like 20 years, and she was going through a divorce. And she was laid off, and she was planning on moving out of state. So all of this stuff was happening at once. And she said, "I'm just coming in because I need some help. I need some spiritual support. I need some stress relief." And I looked online, and I remember something about Reiki, and I put Reiki in the search, and your name popped up, and I read your credentials, and I just knew I needed to book a session. So I get her on the table, and the type of Reiki that I do is I do Usui, which is the traditional, but I like to juice it up. So I add crystals. I've also studied craniosacral therapy, so I add some of that to the mix, and I do sound therapy, whatever creativity or spirit guides me to do. That's what I do, because I offer the traditional Reiki sessions too for people who don't want all of that, because I understand people are different. But she said that she wanted all of that, and so I did that. And after the session, she said, "Whoa." And I said, "Oh." I said, what is it? She said, I feel 95% better.
Hey.
I know, right? And then Keisha, she said, I didn't think it was going to work that well. And I love the 95% more comment, but I think I was helped more by I didn't think it was going to work that well.
Because people don't realize, we walking energy.
That's right.
We are walking energy beings. And
that's right.
We aren't, not right now, baby. Not right now. And we're walking around.
Please.
Hold on.
Please.
Sorry, y'all.
No, I get it.
Learning.
I get it.
But no, what I was saying, like, we're all energy beings. I had to work, Duka. Let mommy work.
Close it, mommy.
No, mommy's got to use it.
Why?
Mommy's got to use it. Anyway, sorry, y'all. We're all energetic beings, and as we walk through life, we collect things, and it holds a weight on us. Like, our spirit is walking in the flesh, and this is what I know for me. Like, this really brought it home for me when it comes down to energy healing. Like, I believe in, and I'm just gonna say it because it's my belief, it is what it is. I believe in the Big Bang Theory, and the only reason why I believe in the Big Bang Theory, and I think we talked about this last year, but the only reason why I believe in the Big Bang Theory is because it's kind of written in the Bible when it says, He says, "Let there be, let there be, let there be." Mm-hmm. And when that happened, when it says in the Bible, "Let there be," there's an actual, it's called the hobnail antenna that's found out in New Jersey. That still, they shut it down. Now it's like a little monument, but it's called the hobnail horn antenna. And they discovered that it actually still picks up the sound when it was active. It still picks up the sound of the original bang. Right. So at first they thought that it was, and y'all can look it up. It surprised me. I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. So, so when the people, my little echo,
yes.
When the people heard it, they thought that it was pigeon droppings at first. But then they realized that it was the actual sound from the original bang. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it was more like, okay, He rested on the seventh day. But the things that we speak and the things that we say echoes throughout time. And it can be passed through generation and generation and generation. So if we have the creator of the universe, of the world, of all things, the creator of all things, speak within those 7 days, let there be. That thing, that means that the frequency that has been spoken out of the spirit's mouth, right, is echoing throughout time, and it's up to us to be a part of an alignment of that frequency.
Absolutely.
That's how things are generated. That's how things are created. Because even though He rests on the seventh day, He rests, His words are still being spoken until the end of time. Looping over and over again. That's why we have creation. How can that be? Oh, TikTok trying to make sure that I'm human. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm here. All right, cool. That was weird. Yeah. How can that be? You know, how can that be if we aren't energetic beings? We are walking. We are literally God's voice walking in flesh.
Yes.
And
yes, ma'am.
We have the same power. Like, I remember even when I had my son, before I had my baby, I knew something was in my room that was jumping around, and I felt it. It was always jumping, always moving. I was like, what is this? What is this?
Right.
We are him. We are him. Yes. And He is us, and He is we. That's just what it is. It says it in the word. It says it in the word.
Yes.
Anyway, so I had this spirit that was jumping, and I was like, what is this? And the very next day, because I had me and his person, I don't call him his dad, it was whole story. But me and his person had made an arrangement. We talked about having him. We talked about having him. And so because me and him came together, when it says two or more come together in his name,
yes,
we came together and was deciding what kind of person he was going to be. And so that energy that filled the room, that was just nervous all around, was in my room for about a week. And I found out a month later I was pregnant with this one. So that was also a validation of the words that we speak. As long as we're in the frequency of the Creator, that stuff is gonna come. It's gonna come true.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Greatly appreciate you. So appreciate you. Hold on. Let me get my little special stuff. Hold on. I know it's in here. Hold on now. Hold on. I got so many fun gadgets up in here I can't even find them. Hold on now.
Babe, I don't even know how to use them, so you go right ahead.
There we go. They took my effects away. Oh, here we go. No, I don't want that. Hey, T. I'm taking too long now. Oh, there we go. See you later, my love. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate you. Hold on.
Absolutely.
There we go. Not you. You stay right
No, I'm not going
anywhere. Welcome in to all of those that are coming in. We are talking about energy healing, energy work, and hey, T, energy work and energy healing, and ways that you can be a part of our healing in black. This is the commercial. So if you need to get a little drink of water, Keva, go ahead and knock yourself out, baby.
Okay. I can
or if you got to use the bathroom or something, I got you. Now, this right here, let me go on. Here we go. So she can do all the things that she needs to do in private. All right, so welcome into you guys. Thank you guys so much for staying with us thus far. We are approaching 1 hour. We've been on here for 1 hour. It's been a blast. This is a small excerpt of what you can expect to find eventually in our group called Healing in Black. It's found on Facebook. It is open to everyone. Okay, it doesn't matter where you come from, what your nationality is. It's open to everyone. Now, the thing is, when it comes down to healing in black, the practitioners that you'll find, or the experts that you find, the healing experts that you'll find, are all black people. They can be black men or black women, but they're all black people. And the reason why that is because I currently live on the East Coast. Not the East Coast. I live on the West Coast. And I've been approached several times asking me, where are the black healers? Where are the black health and wellness people? Why don't we see you, and why is it so hard to find you? So I created a space where it is a safe space for us to have conversations like this, even more in depth. So if you're interested in joining the Healing in Black, these are soft launches. This whole interview process is all a part of the future promo, because we're going to officially open it up to everyone in September or October. I just said fall. In the fall, where everybody can join. But this is my small way of showing the community in general. Yes, thank you. Show the community, at least my TikTok community in general, what you can expect to find and who you can connect with when it comes down to your personal healing. Keva is a board certified holistic practitioner, and she's also a health and wellness coach. In addition to that, she is a Reiki healer and also a yoga instructor. I had to think about it. She is incredible, and she is also one of the experts that are found inside of our group. Last week we had Moon Empress Monica, Moon Empress 888. And she is a doula, a bereavement doula, and she also is a intuitive and something else. But you can find her inside of Healing in Black as well. So we have a group of people. We have a faith specialist that's coming in right here from Las Vegas. I'll be interviewing her soon. We also have another herbalist that's in the comments. She's been popping up in the comments, and that is Miss Crystal from Anointed. I get it wrong every single time, but she's been in the comments with us.
Yes, she has.
Anointedly made herbal. She says
Concoction.
herbal concoctions.
Okay.
And you're right. She says herbal,
Right,
so I'm with
right.
it.
I am
But she
too.
makes some natural. She makes a lot of. I know you here, baby. The three of us started together last year.
Mm-hmm.
We started this together last year. We were doing it every Wednesday, and then I fell off. That was me. But see, we working on it.
That's right. That's right.
We working on it. We here now.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
right.
if you are looking for natural healing, holistic health ideas, holistic ways to change your health, because a lot of times, as many of us know, it's almost fatal for women that look like us to go to the
Right.
doctor. I can attest to that. It took me 2 years before I could get my hernia fixed, and my large intestine was hanging out, and nobody paid attention to me. That's why I'm on TikTok now. Nobody paid attention to me until December of last year.
Wow.
Took 2 years.
Wow.
And in the interim, I lost everything, dang near. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want anybody else, no matter what color you are. I don't want nobody else to go through what I went through. If you can find preventative measures, because what happened was I had a surgery, a botched surgery. I had a myomectomy. I had 6 fibroids. I had a myomectomy. She took out the fibroids and the tumor. I had a benign tumor. She took them all out. But at the end of the day, what happened was, I don't know, maybe she hit my gallbladder with the surgical tools. The very next day, I wasn't feeling well. I was throwing up bile. And because all of that was happening, my large intestine was pushing out through the incision. And each time that I was coughing that entire time, and each time that I threw up, it was a push on that incision. And eventually my large intestine had been starting to hanging out. And I walked around with that for 2.5 years. So it's imperative. It's imperative for me to be here, to share this, to be Black Cherokee One Tribe, to be a Theta healer, to add people who have holistic healing in their backgrounds, because I could have done so many things to prevent myself from being in that space. Stress, number one reason why people get fibroids. Increase in sugar, number one reason why people get fibroids. It's heavy in the Black community.
Yes, it is.
It's affecting all communities. And that's what I've been trying to do here on this platform for the past 2 years, to show you, let's keep mind settled no matter what comes your way. Let's try to find ways to keep your mind settled. Let's change your way of thinking. Let's change your thought process. Let's get you to this point, because at the end of the day, you are the only one that can sustain yourself. That's it. That's it. And you can't do it unless you have a great foundation. And sometimes when you go to the doctor, nothing against the doctor, because at the end I got a really great doctor. But so many things could have been prevented.
Right.
Right.
If I would have known. So that's why we have Healing in Black.
I'm talking.
U.S.
Look, mommy.
Hold on. What you say? U.S. diets are horrible. Yes.
Wait.
The food industry is out to keep us sick. Yes. And to keep us going to the doctors. Exactly. And that's universal. That's human care. That has nothing to do with who you are. Now, in some regards, it's a little bit more detrimental if you're a Black woman. in most
Right.
states. But our health as a general, as a whole unit, the whole world, it's imperative that we know the holistic alternatives in order to keep us amazing, to keep us healthy. Because I could not afford to lose 2 years. I couldn't afford to lose 2 years of my life with a 3-year-old.
Right.
So this is why we have Healing in Black. If you are interested in joining Healing in Black so you can get your holistic care, mind, body, and soul, because that's what Black Therapy stands for, go ahead and join that group. It's completely free. Right now, I'm going to talk to y'all about that, how we going. But right now, at this moment, it's completely free. I'm not charging anything for you guys to be there at all. And it's open to everyone because everybody needs to be healed.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to ask you a couple more questions. We got 15 minutes on the board. We're not going to keep you long.
All right.
Gonna do this for an hour and a half. Then we're gonna do some
ma'am.
outtakes. Hey, Marky. That's my boy. He's actually your he's your brother. Mark.
Okay.
He's your brother he's your frat
alpha.
brother. There it is.
Yeah.
He's a frat. He's your frat. And my long-term friend. Say hi.
Who's that?
That's Miss Keva.
Am I going to see her?
No.
Hi, Miss Keva.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I can't hear you.
She said, "How are you?"
I can't hear you.
I can't
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She said, "How are you?"
I can't hear her.
But she can hear you though.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
I'm glad to hear it. Bye-bye.
When? Oh, okay.
Can I have that now? Okay. Mommy's almost done.
You
Thank
can
you.
try it.
Thank you.
These are headphones.
Mm-hmm.
They can hear.
Yeah, they can hear you, but you can't hear them. Okay. We're gonna ask a couple more questions, and Mommy's gonna be done. All right, baby.
Then we will play video games.
Then we're gonna do shoo.
Like, we're gonna do it over there.
No. I don't know if you saw the video of me and him doing the little dance.
Oh, yeah.
He calls it shoo. He loves it. He's like, Mom, that's some. Sorry, yeah. Some. So he calls it some. He's like, Mom, can we do some?
We're gonna do
Hey, Natasha.
and Masha.
God. She's also part of the D9. Like, I know a few people that are D9s up in her. I know a few of them. They popping up. Trying to tell you, they popping up.
I'm telling you.
All right, now, this is a good one. What are some of the common misconceptions about holistic healing and wellness coaching?
Well, for holistic healing, I would say that it does not include the spirit. I find when a lot of people come to me for work on changing their lifestyle, they don't realize that it includes their spirit. So some things that I would ask people to do to make sure that they're nourishing their spirit is to meditate and pray. Those are the two basic things that I think that people are not necessarily factoring into their wellness plan. In order to be well in mind and body and spirit, you have to have some sort of spiritual practice. What is it, Keisha?
You own it. Like, you have to have a spiritual.
Yes.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
keep going.
Yes, you have to have a spiritual practice. And a lot of people come to me and they think they're just going to get either stretching and yoga, or they're going to get massage. We might discuss their diet or something like that. And there is no discussion about spirituality. They don't understand that in order for them to be complete in mind, body, and spirit, and I say mind, body, and spirit, and I know you say mind, body, and soul, but it's the same concept, that you cannot ignore your spirit. You just cannot. And so I think that's one of the most the most prominent misconceptions that I encounter. Now, I need to make this very clear. I am not going to teach you religion. We're not going to discuss religion. We're not going to discuss any Bible studies. We're not going to be doing readings from the Quran. We're not going to be looking at the Bhagavad Gita. We're not going to be looking at any spiritual text. When I say spirituality, I mean love, compassion, forgiveness. I mean communion. I mean brother and sisterhood. Those are the things that we discuss. I have clients who are from various faiths, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, everybody. I'm here to help everybody. And I believe that we can have discussions about spirituality and not be of the same faith. But that's the biggest misconception that I have come across, is that when I talk about holistic healing, I mean holistic. I mean mind, body, and spirit. So
same. And this is why we're all connected, because there are people who don't believe in Christ. I believe in Christ. And there are people who, I have friends of, like you, I actually have friends of different, religious backgrounds and different religious creed. That's why I always try to incorporate like the creator, source, universe, because I'm not going to judge you for who and what you believe in. That's not my place. That's not where I need to be.
No.
But if I can show you the same love that I have received from people who are not of the same faith as me, then I'm doing the same thing that I believe Christ did when he was walking the earth.
Absolutely.
Period. All right, next question. We got two more, and then I'm gonna open it up. We got two more, and then we're gonna open it up. We're gonna probably end at like the 35, because if anybody has any questions, like y'all, if y'all got questions or comments, welcome in, Judy Judge 46. Welcome in. Welcome to the tribe. If y'all got any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the conversation. Add to the conversation. That's why we're here. We're going to do this again next week with someone else, but I want you guys to maximize on the information and this wealth of knowledge that is walking before you. This beautiful woman, Keva Mack, board certified holistic healer, Reiki instructor, Reiki healer. Are you an instructor? Yoga healer.
I can. I don't.
Yoga.
Yeah, I'm a yoga teacher. Yoga instructor. Yeah.
Yoga instructor. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. We are so just here to help as much as we can. I hope you guys are enjoying this time where you can get a chance to know Keva. And we're going to ask a couple more questions as I'm doing mommy thing at the same time, because my son needs my attention. Oof. Yeah. Now, how do you balance? Well, you just explained that. You explained that too. Number one thing, we talked about that. We really knocking out all these questions. Oh, what advice would you give to someone who is skeptical about holistic healing?
Okay, I would first have a question. If you're a skeptic, why are you even considering holistic healing? So, I mean, if you got questions about it, is what you're doing working for you? Because if it is, you don't even need to be seeking out holistic healing. So that would be my first question. Is what is working for you? Because if it is, then what you doing over here?
Keep going.
Right. So it's, to me, holistic healing. You can't. Okay, this is what I see when I approach holistic healing. With every individual you see, there is a physical aspect, a spiritual aspect, an emotional aspect, and a physical aspect. There is no separating that. Your spiritual aspect may not be a religion, because I know some people. I used to work with a woman who was an atheist, and you know that I guess would be considered her spirituality. However, do people who don't believe in a higher power, do they not want peace? Do they not want tranquility? Do they not want harmony? To me, that would be spiritual for them. You know, nobody wants to be stressed out all the time. And peace to me is a spiritual aspect. So if a person even comes to me who is not necessarily spiritual, I would, or religious, or believe in a spiritual higher power, I would focus on bringing peace, or teaching them techniques to bring peace to their mind, to their body. But that's still, in my mind, a spiritual aspect of their wellness. So holistically, there are techniques for the mind, for the body, for the emotions, and in my terminology, for the spirit. And anytime you see a person, you are in the presence of all those aspects of themselves. When they come to see someone like me and they're going through a coaching session, I'm going to make certain that they have strategies and techniques that help to develop them on all of those levels. As a whole, I am a board certified holistic health practitioner, certified holistic health and wellness coach. And that's just the way I think. I know that my mom was a teacher, and what she like beat into us is that we needed to be well-rounded. And in that well-rounded perception that she was teaching us, to me, the way I define it as an adult is to address all of those aspects in a person's wellness. And so that's what holistic means to me. It means addressing mental, physical, and spiritual aspects of that person and using natural drug-free techniques. That's the way I define it, and that is what I do.
I love it. And last question, Miss Keva.
Yes, ma'am.
Last question, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
What impact do you see holistic healing having on the future of healthcare?
I think a lot of things, but I think in order to really heal people, we have to address the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual aspect of people. Stress is one of the biggest issues in healthcare, in wellness. And stress comes from just being mentally bogged down with, traffic and work concerns and concerns with your relationships. And if we don't address that then manifests into physical issues. So if we're not caring for our mental health, then our physical health suffers. And when you focus on just the physical body and you're not addressing the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, then you're only addressing a portion of what's causing the chaos or the sickness in the body. So in order to holistically or completely heal that person, you have to address each of those 4 aspects of the person. And if you don't, that sickness is going to pop. Even though you address the body, the sickness is going to continue to come back if you don't address the mind and the spirit of that person. So I think that holistic wellness is the only effective way of addressing sickness and dysfunction. That that's just my belief.
No, I agree. I think that's what keeps our health and our healthcare system going, because you're no longer in some regards, especially in my experience, there were several doctors that didn't treat me as a human. They treated me as a number.
Yes.
And
that's what a lot of them do. Yes.
Yep. And my overall well-being was not their concern. My very last doctor, that I'ma say it, and then we're gonna end it.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So, my last doctor, I don't know if you know this, Keva, but I was almost unalive on the operating table on February 5th. The first attempt of doing my surgery. It's a lot that's done happen, girl. Quan!
Here.
Hey, Quan! Quan is another herbalist, and he's overseas. Quan is overseas, but he's from America, but he lives overseas, and I'm trying to get him into the healing in black, baby. I'm good. I'm trying to get you in the healing in black, baby. Because we need some more men up in there. I'm trying to have it well balanced. Like, I need some men energy. We need the yin and the yang. We need all of y'all.
Absolutely.
But he has herbs, and he has like whole teas that he sells overseas. And so he has like remedies and health things that we can't get here that he has access to over there. So Quan is bomb. Yeah, Quan is bomb. Awesome. See, you hear me, Quan? Quan is bomb. I've listened to Quan since Black Girl Follow Trade 2. That's how I got connected. I got connected with him through Crystal.
Yes.
What are OTs? Hey, Keisha. How you doing, baby? Yes, it is the group. It's called OTs. Keisha, what is OTs? What do you mean, baby? The name of the group, I've been trying to message you and everything. The name of the group is inside of Facebook. It's called Healing in Black. Healing in Black. Come on, I mean, I know you overseas, baby, and I know our time differences is huge, but yeah, come on through, because we need you too. We need you too. You said Quan is overseas. Yeah. No worries, Keisha. Quan is overseas. He's in a whole nother country. I think are you in Malaysia? The last time I saw it, I think he was in Malaysia. I don't know where he is now. No. We're not coming in with that. We're not coming in, Quan, with that energy. Now listen, Quan. You joined the dang on. Okay, cool. You joined the dang on group, Quan. Cause we got people up in there that is willing to listen to you, boy. Man, do you hear me, man?
Goodness.
Quan, now? Don't you give up on us now. I'm over here trying to support you, baby.
Right.
I'm trying to support you. You hear this free advertisement I'm doing to my 7 to 38 people that are outside of the room right now? Quan, we got 15 people in the group right now because I'm not even promoting it 100% right now. I'm trying to get all the experts in first. And then we're going to grow from there. But I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway.
That's all right.
I greatly appreciate you, Miss Keva. Round of applause for Miss Keva Mack for taking out some time. Hold on, I got to get my little fun stuff. Hold on, got to get it. Yes. Sound effects. Okay, there we go. For joining us here on our Healing in Black series.
Yes, absolutely.
Introducing you guys to the group, our promo phase, because I need all the promotion free clips for the fall, and I'll be running these back so people can start seeing more of us and seeing what we can do. I figured the fall will probably be the best time to do this because the winter is here. Folks gonna be in the house. Nobody gonna be able to do stuff, and they're gonna need a place to go to get some healing cues and techniques. So I greatly appreciate you for being here. For those who are coming in the boxes, this is a wonderful woman, holistic healer. Make sure you follow her. Board certified out there in Tejas, but virtually can reach out to you.
Yes.
Can reach out to you.
That's
Reach out
right.
and touch you. Reach out and reach out. Not just reach, but reach out and touch you.
Right.
Rich. So make sure you guys follow her. Check out her content. Book a session with her if you are in the Texas area.
Absolutely.
Join. Don't you have an online yoga class? I know we talked about it.
We talked about it. It's something that's
We know we
in the
talked
planning
about
stages, but yeah.
Well, follow her. For
Yeah, the information
more.
will be posted on my socials. So
Yep. So follow her for more. Check her out. Thank you guys for the love, for the likes. I'll talk to you later, Miss Kiva, in the
Yes,
Healing
ma'am.
Impact group.
that sounds
And I
good.
love you. Thank you, baby.
All right. Thank
And
you.
I'ma end
Love you too. You're so very welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, baby. And for all of you guys that are here, thank you guys so much for staying with us. Thank you guys for the ones who are coming in to the room, who have been in the room the entire time. I hope the information that was given and provided was very beneficial to you, so you can get a chance to know the experts that are inside of the group, Healing in Black. All right, so I want to make sure that I tell every last one of you guys, thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you, Kiva, for showing your support always. And thank you for being a part of our group, Miss Kiva.
This for the lava. It's for the lava.
And I have taken an hour and 30 minutes of your time. And with that being said, I always say this. Thank you for allowing me to have that time with you, because time is the only commodity you can never get back.
I love
And because you chose to spend this time with me and the tiny boss and Miss Kiva, words can't express how much I appreciate that. Now, one thing, and I don't say it, but if you are interested and you would like to make a little donation to the tribe, you can go ahead and hit us up right here through our Hash App, because I can't really say the word, and you can send your proceeds there if you like. There's absolutely no obligation at all. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us here at Black Cherokee One Tribe, where we're here for your mind, body, and soul. And for those who are just joined us on this tribe, in the tribe, welcome to the tribe. Have a wonderful night, everyone. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Silly goose.